Okay, so here's an example of an answer a student's written that it's a good point. What they want to say is worth saying, but the way they say it, it lacks clarity. So let's have a look. It says, so the question was that Westminster, so the House of Parliament, the whole thing is outdated because they don't represent the people anymore. So what we want, again, as always, our first sentence should introduce our point. What are we going to talk about? Well, this person says, some may struggle with this point using the point that the FTPT being broken system. Well, that when you say here using the point that lacks clarity. Some may struggle with this point using the point that. Get rid of that. Some may struggle with this point because. Go straight into what you're going to say. Don't put using the point that. And they do it again in the next line on. If we look again, using the fact that. Those two things there, they mean the answer lacks clarity. So they said, some may struggle with this point using the point that the FTPT, explain what it actually means, first past the post, is a broken system. With first past the post, using the fact that as a person gets over half, they win, like any other, except it doesn't count for amount of votes. I want you to imagine you're saying this stuff out loud. If you're going to speak to someone out loud, you wouldn't talk the way you've written there. It's clumsy. You don't talk that way. So pause, imagine reading it out loud. Does it make sense? I'm going to take you down to an altered version of this answer where I'm saying nothing they haven't already said, but I'm saying it in a way that makes much more sense. So that first line, some might argue this is true as first past the post is a broken system. Much clearer, same point but much clearer. What I've also done is say first past the post, and then afterwards I've put it in brackets once. So I can use the abbreviation they are in, but I've used it once. The examiner knows that I do know what it means. So, some might argue that this is true as first past the post is a broken system. Under first past the post, the MP with the most votes wins, regardless of whether they have a majority or not. This means we can end up with MPs in Parliament that don't truly represent the views of their constituents. That's what this person was saying, they just didn't use those words. Furthermore, parties may gain a large number of votes across the country, but unless they win a constituency, they're not going to get a seat in Parliament. In the 2015 general election, UKIP got over 3 million votes, making them the third largest party, and yet they gained only one seat in the House of Commons. What I've said there is what the person above said. How annoying that that person knows what I know, but my grade won't be the same as their grade because of the way I've written it. It's important that we structure our answers the way we would speak potentially, and we're learning to speak like politicians here, but structure our answer the way we would speak. Use key vocabulary, but read it back and check that the answer flows, that what it says is what I want to say. I then close up by saying, this proves Westminster no longer represents people, as large swathes of the electorate go unrepresented because of our current voting system. Because that's how I've started. It says it's undemocratic. It said Westminster isn't working because it doesn't represent the people. So I said, yeah, it's true because of this type of voting system. And then at the end, I've gone to see this type of voting system means that people aren't being represented. And in the middle, I've backed it up. Take time to maybe rewind and look at the two answers. Maybe don't listen to me waffling on, but look at the answers. Turn the volume off, pause, and just look at this answer. Read this answer and think about the structure of this answer again.